Ooh, I feel like this is probably recording, and there's no context to why the beginning of the video is this way, but I don't know what I'm doing yet, and I'm still learning, and I'm typing in the web address for this live into an Instagram chat with all my friends so they can join for my book club, actually. So very interesting that anyone's here right now. I don't know what 3 people could possibly be on this YouTube channel right now, but hi. That's big fucking T right there. That's big fucking T right there. There's going to be a feedback loop in a second. Okay, I'm here. This is crazy. What's going on? Just a moment. All right. This might be it. I think 9 people. Let's see. There's 16 active now in the Instagram, but that's obviously not everyone who's in there. Honestly, I think this 11 is probably exactly what it needs to be. How do we feel about that? I feel good, except I don't have my water bottle. A moan so I can hydrate. Hot. Okay, so here's what's going on. So I guess there's a limit to how many people can be in an Instagram group chat, which is news to me. I was unaware of this. So we're improvising. I really just wanted a place to be able to post like when things were happening. So I guess I'll leave that group chat, but I guess from now on I'm going to put it in the story. So if you can, set your notification so you get that so no one misses this. And I guess welcome to the Cody T Book Club of bettering yourself and also turning up, honestly, because I think it's going to be a little bit of both. Because for me, those two things have always gone very hand in hand. It's never really been one or the other. So I think that's how this is really going to function at its best as well. So sorry, I'm just like moving things around on my screen here and getting everything looking the way I want. All right. So this is it. welcome to my book club. Show my pen. I'm very excited to do this. I never thought I would have a book club, to be very honest with you. I like reading on my front porch. I have a rocking chair. I like being left alone. I take my own notes. I have my own little note system kind of for learning and making sure I'm retaining what I'm reading and not just like flowing it out. I don't take notes on biographies. I feel like you can experience someone's story and kind of absorb what you need to on the way. But I think with some of the other books I read about like practicing and philosophy and those kinds of things, I think it's really important to take notes and, really absorb what I'm reading so I'm not wasting my time. But here we are. Every time I posted a book, a lot of people would ask what I was reading, and a lot of other people, honestly, I didn't come up with the book club idea. Pretty much everyone else did. So if you are one of the people who suggested this to me, congratulations. This is your book club, more so than it is mine, but I'm excited to be a part of it. Real quick, everyone kind of say what's up to each other in the chat. So it's like, I obviously know almost everyone here. I know Marilyn. I know Kate, obviously. Kelsey Klein, I know. Jessica Semino, I don't know if we've met, but I know you from my Instagram. Obviously, Tori Smothers, I know really well. Joanna, Grace Poth. Oh, Grace Hay. So, like, I know everyone, but I don't know if Bailey Player, obviously, we just hung for the first time a couple weeks ago. Posted about that. So, Crystal, what's good? I don't know who does or doesn't know each other here. Now is a good opportunity to get familiar. That's kind of one component of this that I still want to figure out. It's like the Instagram DM. Like, not everyone fits in there. So maybe there does have to be a Facebook group, but I don't use Facebook. I mean, I have one, but I check it once every never. So maybe I just need to. Maybe that'll be a better way. By show of vote, does everyone here use or have a Facebook? Or would you use a Facebook to do this? Katarina, I always just call you C. Bittner. Every time I see your DM, I'm like, oh, it's C. Bittner because I just read those things out that way. Ask Carly about her group. It's working to engage with foamies. Bigger than this. She has a Facebook group, right? Frank from Staten Island was good. All right, word. Okay, so I think Facebook. All right, I guess we're getting a Facebook group. Either that or another Instagram might be a better place to do it. But I guess Facebook's not as or another. If I had another Instagram, it wouldn't really be as communal. On Facebook, you'd be able to really see each other and kind of interact separately. If I had my own Instagram, you'd really only be able to do it that way. All right, so for regular communications, we're going to get a Facebook group. Let me take a note so I can make a note to set that up tomorrow in my planner. Hell yeah. All right. So we're getting a Facebook group tomorrow that'll be for our day-to-day conversation, whatever else it needs to be. I can't believe I'm going to go on Facebook. I really hate that for myself. But if it's the best way to do it, it's the best way to do it. The DM, I guess, will just still be there. I'm not going to delete it. It'll just exist. And I'll post all the updates and when things are happening in that Facebook group. And I'll also still do it in my Instagram story. So if you want to have notifications on my Instagram story and not have to check Facebook, that could be wise. So here we go. I just wrote a couple notes. Everyone's making sacrifices. I know everyone's making sacrifices, but honestly, during this quarantine, I never thought going on Facebook would be one that I had to make. Jana, I literally took a fucking quarantine to get me on Facebook. It's a fucking nightmare. I don't know. GroupMe's not out of the question. I just don't know what GroupMe is. The other thing is we need something that's easily scalable. Facebook groups are pretty much built to scale, honestly. I'll look at GroupMe too, but Facebook is probably where we're going to go. Yeah, and that's literally the most tragic irony, Tori. Ironic, you have to use Facebook for a book about getting off social media. If not YouTube, the other thing I would like to see if I can do on YouTube is like share screen. If not, maybe I will do Zoom. That way, like everyone can be on here that wants to be on here, because this really doesn't need to be about me just talking. I know I'm probably going to, on this YouTube channel, start doing like videos about books. Like, I don't want to call that a book club. A lot of other YouTubers do that and they get really poppin', but it's not really a book club. I know like the girl I was looking at, she'll like post a video about a book and then you use a hashtag and you'll post about it yourself. And then she kind of responds. And it seemed like there was community and comments under the videos, but I think like, because that's just not really what I'm trying to do. Like, I'm just trying to read my books and talk about them. I'm not trying to like get rich and famous from reading books. We might just be better off on like Zoom or something. So I'm going to decipher through that. Kate asked a really excellent question. Is it time to get lit yet? I honestly wasn't planning on it. I honestly got wasted on Sunday and drank all my tequila, but I might have something really quick that I could drop. What do you know? I just so happen to have a little something. All right. So, oh, by the way, I have a daily journal that I'm writing in, all my emotions, trying to keep myself sane during this thing right now. And I take pictures for it. So everyone say what up. Wait. Perfect. You're all in it. You all look great. Okay, so whoa. This is sitting in my pantry for like ever. I don't keep soda in my fridge because I don't drink soda unless I'm doing something like this. Where Jelly Rolls again? No, I did not go to Jelly Rolls on Sunday. I was quarantining. I just happened to get wasted. Okay. Oh my God. Everyone who has a drink, cheers to book club. I'm going to have this and then we're going to like actually talk about book club now. Cheers, everyone. Hopefully that's all I drink of that tonight, because I have to still cook dinner after this. I have a dinner to make. All right. So, really quick, without getting too whack. Oh man, Tori doesn't have any alcohol. Dude, you got to Uber Eats. You guys got to hit the delivery. Jana, that's depressing. Your place ran out of liquor, or they closed all the stores in PA. I hate that. I know some of the liquor stores in my neighborhood are still on Uber Eats right now. I can call them in. But, okay, book club time. So, starting at the top, I just wrote a couple things down. The whole reason, context to this entire scenario, and then I think this is like kind of important to lay down, is why I started reading. I got to a point last year where I guess it wasn't last year. It was further back than that. When I started working with a mentor to kind of like grow my business skills, because we were obviously the Lost Bros kind of grew a lot over the last 2 years. And we were like actually kind of outgrowing like what a lot of us were able to do. And like as the person running the company, I was kind of almost getting worked out of my skill level, as horrible as that is. Like I was fine at running like a fun t-shirt business, but the Lost Bros just grew so much faster than that. And like I know there's only 17 people in here, so it's fine. But it's like a lot of people call us a small shop, and like even like big companies that look at us kind of misassess us when they're trying to figure out what we're doing here. We actually have like it's still a small sized operation, but there's a lot going on here. There's a lot of different ways money are coming in. And basically the business just internally was growing faster than I knew how to like control and how to deal with. And so I needed to start learning again. I'm 28 now. So I was 27 last year, half 27, half 28. Before that, I was 26. And honestly, I hadn't read a book since I was probably 16 or 15. Whenever I would have read a book in high school was the last time that would have happened. And to be honest with you, I don't remember reading any books senior year or junior year. Maybe I just don't remember because I don't remember. But I pretty much went 12 years without like learning anything. Obviously, I learned music and I learned so many skills and things like that. But I hadn't sat down to read a book and learn like in a traditional way and like in a really, really long time. And when I did, I pretty much like nosedived in. The first book that I was gifted, I don't have on my shelf over there, but it's a book called Ego is the Enemy by Ryan Holiday. It's part of a trilogy he did. We're going to read all three of them in this book club. All three of them are about different things. The first one is called The Obstacle is the Way, which is a philosopher's guide to finding opportunity in obstacles, much like right now. There's the quarantine's a pretty awful thing. And obviously I'm really privileged to be able to work from home. We've been all working home for like the last 3 years. Not a lot of changes for us. Obviously we're like worried about sales and, things are slowing down. People are worried about their own money. We sell t-shirts. So there's obviously, all that considered, we're very lucky to be in the spot we are now. But even with all that, I believe there's always opportunity and obstacle. We're quarantined for what's probably going to be like 6 to 8 weeks. Honestly, it's going to be a long time. And the last thing I want to do for myself is kind of get like trapped in like the long days of doing nothing, like the obscurity of like getting lazy and not being able to do things. And so like I really see this quarantine as like a really good time to just do a lot of good things for myself. I have a whole list of things I want to do over the next 8 weeks that I honestly just never have time to because I'm trying to balance a social life and run a business and just try and enjoy being in my 20s before they're over pretty soon here. But that book helped me a lot. Obstacle is the Way. The next one is Ego is the Enemy, which is the first book that I read. And that one like really, really, really changed my life big time. So what it's really intended to do is like strip you of like all of your ego and kind of like set you back at like true north. Honestly, I've never done psychedelic drugs, hallucinogenic drugs, but its intent is kind of rooted around why people are starting to microdose mushrooms and like all those crazy like spiritual journey drugs, because they really remove your ego. They remove your sense of, it kind of remove the feeling that you're the center of the world and the world revolves around you. It kind of places you outside of that, reminds you that, there's a lot more going on in the world and that it's all important for us to do our part. And so by removing the ego, it gives you a better sense of clear-headedness and being able to like make decisions and lead yourself and your company or whatever your venture is at the time into where it needs to go without chasing Instagram followers or money or whatever superficial thing it is that you're trying to find. It's about doing things for the right reason and being able to go into situations the right way and really just point you north. And then the third book in that trilogy, which is the one that kind of completed my wholeness, is I don't know if I can see it on my desk over there either, but it's a book called Stillness, which is something that every human being, I believe it should be required reading for everyone on earth. Teaches you about literally stillness, sitting in a room alone by yourself and having a conversation with yourself and listening to your brain and listening to what's going on. And a big reason that I think, the whole world has such a hard time with so many things, why it's always chaos, why Twitter is just a nightmare of like self-conviction, because you can say things you want to say and do whatever you want to do and be validated by an echo chamber of like similar-minded people. I think there's so many issues in the world because so many people are unable to sit by themselves and listen to what's going on and, like really review and make the changes you need to make. So that is a trilogy of Ryan Holiday books that all really changed my life. After that, it was like I've pretty much been sucking books down as fast as I can. Some of the ones that I have on my shelf over there, Rework by the guys who made 37 Signal and Basecamp, which is a workplace. It took a tech startup for it took a workplace app, kind of like Slack, but it was much a lot more grown out and for startup companies for keeping track of tasks. But they wrote a book on how to scale a small company, or honestly just scale an idea into a company. It taught me so much. All In by Bill Green, who's a mega entrepreneur. Reading his life story was super cool. That's a really good one that we can read. It's super easy read, but there are so many good lessons for like entrepreneur types. And then obviously there's this Cal Newport book, Digital Minimalism, that we're going to read, which really like taught me about, and Ryan Holiday's on here too. He was one of the like acclaimed reviews on the back. This book is an urgent call to action for anyone serious about being in command of their own life. Honestly, that's what this book is about. It's not about like shitting on everyone's unhealthy relationships with the internet. It's about eliminating unhealthy habits that happen to all be digital, because that's what's being pushed around in the world right now in order to have more control over your life. And I really just love all this stuff. Let me catch up on comments really quick. All I see is something about getting ripped in prison. That's also what I'm doing right now. My gym's like on the other side of the kitchen. I can't go to the regular gym anymore, so I'm going to have to do that. Jana, rest in peace, my mental health during this quarantine. Dude, now is literally the time. Like, it's going to be super hard. You're going to be kind of how I just spoke about stillness. You are all going to be so in your heads right now. And I don't know, like, if the whole world is calibrated to normally being able to do that, to being able to like listen to their own thoughts and be like, all right, what is going on here? Like, how am I feeling? How do I handle this? And how will I handle it moving forward? And so like, that's one reason that I want to do the book club, is to kind of share all these books with you guys that taught me how to do that and taught me how to channel like all of my, not my issues. It taught me a lot about what my anxiety was. I don't really struggle in the same plane that most people do with mental health. I do like, I think I have like just anxiety induced by the lifestyle that I've chosen, but it's, something that for me is not, I don't think chemical. And I think I'm very, very, very grateful for that, to have that situation. But one thing I did learn is these books really help me out. And obviously it's not a cure for anyone else, but for me, the books really help. And at least if they could help anyone in any minimal way, I'm happy to do this. And I'm happy to share everything that I'm learning and just to have conversations about it. What's going on here? Frank, likewise. That's why I'm so happy to get this started. It gives us something to do and something to look forward to while we ride it out. For sure. Kelsey Klein, same. My husband is out of a job indefinitely, so I'm definitely looking forward to something positive. Kelsey Klein, that's horrible. Kelsey, where did your husband work? Are you down here? Do you live in Orlando? I know I should know that. Bailey, Kelsey, my husband will be in the same boat sooner than later. You're not alone. It's kind of whack right now. Jobs are a super tough thing. And our government is definitely not moving. Oh wait, Kelsey Klein, who is your husband? What, do I know him? Is that how we know each other? Through music, or do we know each other through a different way? Bailey, I forgot what your husband does. But I mean, yeah. I can't remember. Yeah, me neither. Well, if nothing else, we have this group of 20 people who are here to, keep each other up, keep good conversations going. And if we can all learn stuff from this, my goal is that I was able to change my life through all the things that I learned from these books. And I hope they'll help everyone else be able to change their lives, even if they're in just small ways, and even if they're just in little ways that help for now to kind of get through what's going on. I'll be happy. So, oh, that's right. I do remember that now, Bailey. So, Frank, my therapist offered to do virtual sessions over the phone. So hopefully people with those issues will be able to access those services. Bailey, yeah, my therapist, I'm switching over to the phone, honestly. Well, yeah, I mean, I literally can't go in because we were in the same room together. So I'm going to have to, but I didn't have a car for like the first 5 weeks of the year because I went on a road trip and blew my engine out, and it took them 5 weeks to fix it. But I was able to call in, and so we FaceTimed. FaceTime therapy is honestly kind of sick. It's better than no therapy, to keep it totally real with you. I have heard of Kesha. That's really sad. Everyone's canceling tours right now. Everyone in the touring industry is in flames. All my friends' tours got ended. They all had to fly home. Everyone's out of jobs for the next couple months. It's horrible. Jana, it's Jana, right? Janna. Jana. I don't want to be saying it wrong this whole time. Sorry. I started reading Digital Minimalism today, and it hit. I really need to break up my phone. Seriously, I'm telling you, we'll get through. What's super cool about this book is it's broken into thirds. Well, it's 1/3 and 2/3. Hi, Liz. So what's cool about digital minimalism, it's broken into the first part, which is called the foundation, which is all of the science and facts you need to know about technology and what's going on here. One of the most important ones being a huge political argument when it came to trying to sorry, there's a fly. A big thing we're hearing about right now is Section 230, which is a huge thing that protects mega social media conglomerates like Facebook and Twitter from having to moderate their content. Basically, what this piece of a bill that's been around, since a lot of those social sites were what they are now, it was definitely written for a different time. I feel like the peak craziness of socials, especially political socials, Twitter and Facebook, has been the last 2 years. The bill Section 230 predates that maybe 7 to 8 years. And basically what it does is it says Facebook and Twitter, the content on there is populated by unregulated publishers, which is us, which is the people who are posting on Twitter and the people posting on Facebook. And what it does is basically protects Facebook and Twitter from being liable or responsible for monitoring hate speech, bullying, racism, xenophobia, homophobia, anything like that. Any hateful content does not have to be moderated by these big websites, because we, the users, are the publishers, and we have nothing to do with them transactionally. So Twitter is a shit show. Facebook's a nightmare. Everyone's relatives are all racist, and there's nothing we can do about it. This book explains so much of why that is a nightmare, how it doesn't need to be a nightmare, and how social media companies pretty much will do or say anything to make you think otherwise. Another big one in here, a huge learn that I had, I talked to my friend, Chris. I don't know if Chris is in here about it anymore, or if Chris is still in here, but a huge one, when there were huge political debates about deciding how the internet and speech on the internet could or would be restricted, and how technology is used. You guys remember there was like tons of arguments about technology in school, phones being overused. Should kids have phones in school? And basically everyone in tech, everyone in social media, anyone in startups, the huge argument was the internet is neutral. Social media is neutral. It's how you as the user decide you're going to use it. And like the biggest thing in here is like there was a mega whistleblower from Facebook. And this is what makes the first part of this book so interesting. A whistleblower from Facebook basically, got on a huge public platform and was like, that is not true. The internet is not neutral. The internet is negative. And companies like Facebook are actively working every single day to trap you on your phone, to serve you ads, and to make money off you. The internet is not neutral. Facebook has no intention of being neutral. And social media is meant to rot your brain, keep you on it, and make money off you. It is not conspiracy. I know my explanation is a little loose. I read this book, I did it in January, so it's been a couple months since it's been like really fresh in my brain. My notes are over there, but there's no need to dig into those. But anyway, so I love it because the first part of the book is so data-driven. It's so logic-based. And that's how I function is, I'm a logical person. I'm a very logical person. I'm very emotional, and I have a huge heart, and I do operate through like my heart as well. But for things to like, I'm just a very logic-based person, and this book like hit me in every single way. You're going to get the most of that in the first third of this book, which I'm thinking we should be able to read by Sunday. It's about 80 pages. I think it's 84 for the first bit of this. That gives Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then whatever time we do it on Sunday. We probably do it Sunday morning. I mean, I'll check time with you guys. To run through this first part of the book, which is all the data. And then that funnels into the second part of the book, which is called the practices, which will break in half into third number 2 and third number 3, which are all of like the recommended habits and changes to make to your relationship with your cell phone and the internet and social media and digital technology, and how to implement those things in your life. So everyone tell me, I'm going to catch up on comments in a minute, but are we cool with saying that we'll read the first 84 pages of this by Sunday, and then we'll link on Sunday? It is. The first part is 81 pages. I know I can probably do it in like just a bit over an hour. Oh, and there's a little introduction too, but that shouldn't really slow you down more than just a few pages. Chris, I dropped that 60-second segment in here, and then really quick, I'm going to drop in a note-taking system that I learned from Ryan Holiday, which he learned from Robert Greene. Those are two men who are alive, who are probably the best modern philosophers we have. learning to take notes. I used to take notes in my book. Now I take notes on a pad. I want to write a book one day, so it's on my pad of things that I want to put in my book. It's not a fun biography. It's not a social media star trying to do anything like that. I want to make a book of pretty much the top 10 things, a Bible for what I, like 10 commandments that if I had when I was just starting out as an entrepreneur, that definitely would have kept me alive. Would have saved me a lot of hardship, a lot of crying, a lot of frustration, a lot of loss of my like identity because I was working so hard. Just a lot of things that I could use to balance while making myself a better person while also running a business. But I have a whole pad for stuff like that. And I just want to share, I just put it in the chat. It's a note-taking system by Ryan Holiday. Again, not by Ryan Holiday, but learned from Robert Greene, who wrote the 48 Laws of Power. And there you go. That's one thing. With a book like this, I seriously recommend taking notes. Unless you're just really good at remembering things. I'm not like that way, I guess. But I love taking notes, and not just taking notes from what's in the book. A big thing for me is writing like the applications of it in my life. I have a journal. I have a journal for my philosophy studies, which is really cool. It's by Ryan Holiday, so it goes with the other books. And there's weekly philosophical lessons that all kind of tie into what's in the books. And so every day there's a prompt that I'm reflecting on and, you know, like really having to review myself and what's going on and what I'm learning and what I'm reading. And so obviously I don't have that for something like digital minimalism. So when I read this kind of thing, I just like to know, like, you know, point out, like, let me see if I could find something really quick, like reclaim leisure. One of the big chapters in this is reclaiming leisure for yourself. And it's basically reallocating all the time that you spend on socials to reclaiming, like, being able to have fun and do the things you want to do. So for me, immediately, I looked at my screen time for a week and my average was like, you know, 5-6 hours a day, which is fucking crazy. Kind of a skewed number because obviously, like, I have to answer DMs on the Lost Bros. Sometimes I'll do that an hour at a clip. Last night, my screen time was huge, but I did an Instagram live for like an hour and a half, an hour and 45 minutes. So those numbers are a little skewed, but really I did get to take a look at like all this time I was spending on my phone, took my notes, and I went through and I was like, okay, tomorrow I want to rebuild my schedule 9 to 5 and then 5 to 9 before I go to bed. And I want to see like where are these things fitting in, like what amount of time is social eating up out of my leisure. And it was fucking crazy. It was a ton of it. It was stupid. Like an hour after work, I would like melt on my couch. Lost Bros is a super fun job and I'm very grateful for it. But there are days where it's like, so it's very, very, very mentally taxing and challenging for me. We have the board flipped over now so you can't see it, but we have like basically 8 areas of business, sometimes more than that. I don't work hands-on in each area of the business. We have people who do different things. So we have Lex, we have Joe, we have Cameron, we have Molly, we have Gabby, we have Kelly, we have me, we have my brother. But I do oversee like all the different areas of the business. And so on any given day, I'm working on any of those 8 things. By the end of the day, I'm melting. And sometimes I just need something to like let my brain wander off. And I'll just scroll on social media. And then it's 6 o'clock and I go to bed at 10. So I start getting ready for bed at 9. And now I only have 3 hours after work to like go do something fun. And I feel defeated because I was on my phone for an hour. And now I don't have time to go out because the daylight savings was only a week ago. So before that, I was getting dark at 6:30, which meant, fuck, it's going to be dark in 30 minutes. Like, what's even the point? Yo, Frankie Fazio, we'll catch you on Sunday. I'll post the time later. And yeah, I was just like stuck on my phone. And it was like, I realized eventually it was just like so fucking wasteful. And it's like, there is some value in it for me. It's like, because like so many of my jobs and my brand have to do with the internet, like there really is just some pre-allocated amount of time that I need to be on my phone and keeping up with what's going on and whatever. But there is no denying that there was an insane amount of time that was just me like scrolling through fucking nothing, like nothing. And literally just that small review, just reading, literally that's one little piece of this book that I looked at, I reviewed it on paper. I took that note. That was important to me to take that note and look at myself. And it literally changed my life. And it's like, I'm traveling once a month now. Obviously not now because I'm fucking quarantined, but we did Charleston, we did Miami. We were supposed to go to Savannah this month. That didn't happen. I was supposed to go on a cruise in April. That didn't happen. But either way, I recommend note taking. At least check out that Ryan Holiday article that I sent in. And then just another thing, because this is a group of intellectual people. I don't know if anyone has me on Twitter. Honestly, it is very not as sane as my Instagram because I only have 280 characters. So it's really easy for me to go fucking insane on there. But I did post something dope. I'm so close to the end. So this is called Dead Time versus Alive Time. It's actually a chapter in one of the Ryan Holiday books. It's from Ego is the Enemy, which is the one that really changed my life. And it's about not wasting time like this right now that we have. Oh, I have the link. You know, we have a couple weeks that we're all in quarantine right now. You could spend that time addicted to your phone or playing Nintendo Switch or doing whatever. Or you could change your life with it. And that's a really good article that just sums up a small piece of the book that I really liked. And I just figured I would share it on here. Yeah, Twitter is kind of just like a void for me as well. I just like kind of snapping on there because a lot more people follow me on Instagram, I think, because of the Lost Bros, and a lot of them I don't think really know how to like. I don't think anyone on there understands like why I think I'm funny or how I think I'm funny, and everyone usually thinks that like there's something wrong with me or like I'm going through something dark, but I'm really not. I just think I'm funny because I cook Pedialyte ice pops on my stove sober just because it was funny, but Twitter kind of understands me a little bit more, so I stick there. That link didn't work, I hear. Hold on. I have it pulled up still, so. All right, well, we are 45 minutes in here. I'm really stoked about this. Thank you guys for being here. General recap really quick. Digital minimalism, Sunday. Let's do Sunday evening. Let's do 6 o'clock Sunday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Sunday. First 81 pages. We'll talk about it, have your notes ready. I'll have figured out what's going on here. If this is going to be a Zoom or if it's going to be this, and we'll have a chat. And I'll be like a host of sorts, or if we do Zoom. I don't know if anyone minds being on camera, if anyone specifically doesn't want to be on camera, whatever the case. Otherwise, look out for updates on Instagram story. Just keep a notification on my Instagram stories. Sorry if they annoy you. It's an unfair trade, unfortunately, right now. I understand why it's unfair for you to have to get notifications on all my other crazy shit, but if you want notifications about this, this is what we have to do. So I will see you Sunday. I'll have details. I'll post them. I'll post them in our group chat, which is now at capacity. Before I go, any questions, anything? I just like did my whole spiel and like I've been like reading comments out of the corner of my eye. Like, what's going? Are we good here? Like, someone talk to me. Do we have questions, comments, concerns, suggestions, ways to make this better? Kelsey Klein, for anyone who works in small business having issues due to the virus, I work in economic development. We have a bunch of grants and resources that we've written that can help if you need it. Send me everything. I want to know more. I want to know how to help other people who maybe can't help themselves right now. I have so many good business ideas. I want Susuru, my local Japanese street food place. They're probably going to have to close. I mean, they're super popping and they're always killing it. They might be fine. But I really wish they would start doing to-go bento boxes during the day as a way to stay open during the time. They could let one person at a time, give them a bento box. Venmo only or Apple Pay only, no card, no credit. So just phone touches iPad. And then you get your bento box and you leave and you don't touch anyone and it'd be great. But every time someone says a bad word, YouTube tries to like hide the comment and I have to like approve it so people can see it. How do I need to not have to do that because we're all adults here. If we already read it, we're just vibing, right? I accidentally read over half of it last night. Yeah, I mean, honestly, you could finish the book. I mean, let's just feel it out. Read whatever you want to read. I'll be honest. I have 2 other books I'm doing right now that are really important for me to get to right now. So this one's kind of like my last priority, unfortunately. But I've already read it. So even if I just have to like skim and go through my old notes, that's fine too. But I will try and do this. So let's start with the first 80 pages. If everyone reads more, we can just read more and talk about more. I honestly we don't have to stick to a strict schedule for my sake. I just wasn't sure about anyone else's pacing. I didn't want to like get too far ahead of other people. But yeah, we'll just discuss the first part, I guess. But if it seems like everyone read the rest of the book, we'll just fucking go for it. Also, look at this new Lost Bros thing we got. You know, like the Fat Tuesday cups. We said, fuck you, Fat Tuesday. The Lost Bros are here. I think we actually legally could get in trouble for this because this is like their font. But that's what makes Lost Bros so fun. We don't care. Kelsey, you read 18 books. I've only read 6. Pineapple Willies. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. I can't believe I have friends that read now. This is fucking crazy. I only knew like a few people that read books. I have a goal of you're going to read 60 books this year. I'm trying to do 2 a month. That's like all my brain can handle with how many other things I have going on right now. I wish I could do more. I'm trying to be a superstar. I'm trying to be a famous rapper. Can we legalize drive-through daiquiri stands everywhere temporarily? I was just thinking, not about daiquiri stands, but honestly, what I would fucking really love to see right now is an open container law lifted. I should be able to walk around my neighborhood with a drink in my hand, walk over to wherever I got to walk to, the tennis court, the whatever. In my humble opinion, I think laxer container laws in neighborhoods would be beneficial to everyone. So, but otherwise, I do have to attend to my night. It's almost 8 o'clock. I have to start getting ready for bed in an hour, and I haven't eaten yet, which now means I'm probably not going to cook. But I do got to roll out of here. Maryland, hell yeah, 2 books a month. Put it in a discreet cup, or everyone just get this cup and put your alcohol in here. They cost us like $3, so I think we're gonna sell them for like $8. Does that sound right? Would you pay $8 for this? I know I would pay. I paid $5 for a fucking Hooters koozie the other day because I thought it was funny. So, but I feel like I would definitely pay like $8 or $10 for this. You know what I'm saying? It's like the Space Jam. It's like Mike's secret, whatever. Nothing in it. It's empty. Tastes like plastic. More than 8? All right, noted. I just don't know how much these things cost. I never looked at like what Fat Tuesday charges. Probably just do what they do. 10, noted. I also think they cost $285, but that could have been something else that I was looking at, and these actually might have been $376. If these are $376, then $8 actually is not really gonna probably not gonna work. All right, here we go. Fat Tuesday. Fat Tuesday bottles are $22. People pay $22 for these cups. Are you fucking kidding me? $22. Granted, theirs is a little bit taller. Wait, that's with the drink? No, I don't think so. This is on their online store. Like, I could buy an empty one for $22. Wait. Yeah, I can buy it online. Oh, wait. Oh, hold on. Oh, this one has a light on it? This one has a scrolling light like a clock. Okay, never mind. Hold on. Keep it moving. Keep it moving. They have beakers, like science beakers. It's kind of sick. They call it a jigger. Jigger. Making drinks, want to be a little more accurate? Try our Fat Tuesday jigger. This will help you make a perfect Fat Tuesday drink. It's just a science beaker. And it's $4. Okay, so I'm not seeing this exact one that has the foam on it. They have like the stadium cups that are like the cheap, just plastic ones that you kind of get anywhere. Maybe $8 is a good price. I'm gonna have to do some market research on this. Oh, everyone's posting. I was gonna say I think it's around 20. Got one last time, wasn't biggest. Really be feeling it and drop $22 on a Lost Bros cup. What if they had Lost Bros funnels? I would love to do a Lost Bros beer bomb. But we have to make brand decisions here. We're in it for the long haul. I was going to say $20. I can't imagine charging $20 for this, I'll be honest with you. But it might be more than $8. We'll see. So, all right. I'm out of here. I'm going to go make dinner. Everyone have a great night. I'm super glad we got to link up. We will talk on Sunday, maybe sooner. And that's that. I hope you all have an amazing night. I hope everyone got to know each other. Feel free to share your Instagram handles if you guys all want to link up. I guess you don't have to because they're in the Instagram group. So everyone, stay sane, be healthy, stay away from people, wash your hands up to your elbows. I'll catch you all later.